Hi everyone, thank you for joining me. My name is Jody from Yoga by the Lake and welcome to my studio. Today I'll be doing a review on a practice. This practice is called the 30-minute full body yoga flow for detox and digestion, and it's by Beth Yoga. You can check her out. I'll be sure to link her channel into the description below. So today I woke up and my stomach was kind of off. My body's extremely sore. I just took my horse out to ride recently and I'm in all sorts of soreness in my glutes, in the inner thighs, my spine. It's just kind of that getting back into the swing of things. So I wanted to find a practice that was full body, focused mostly on digestion, but then had some really deep stretching. And I think this practice actually ticked a lot of those boxes. We're going to review it now. You're going to watch me go through the practice, and I'm going to give my insight as we go. Now, I'm a 200-hour certified yoga teacher. I have a whole alphabet soup of certifications. I have my own clients, and I have my own studio in which I practice. My modality is a restorative, gentle yoga. So a lot of times these practices are way out of my wheelhouse, and you get to watch me kind of struggle through different sequences and flows and just different postures that I don't approach on a regular basis. So you're going to hear my feedback from my lens and my perspective as we go through this practice and review it together.
Let's begin in easy seated pose. Cross at your ankles. Sit up tall. Find the place that's comfortable for you.
So as we begin, my first review will be on the video itself. Her background is minimalistic. There's not a lot going on. You have the woman, I'm assuming it's the person narrating, but I can't be sure from this video. And it's just a really clean, professional looking setup, which is really nice because there's nothing really distracting. It's just all about the practice. So this was really nice to see.
So allow yourself to feel whatever you feel. Allow yourself to move however you want to move. And allow this practice to unfold the way it was meant to for you today.
This right here was awesome. Yes, let it unfold the way it's going to unfold for you personally. I think that there's a lot of pressure and a lot of stress in doing things perfectly, running through your life as you are supposed to do, as according to societal norms. And this was just a really nice check-in that set the tone for the rest of the practice, and it was greatly appreciated.
And feel your natural breath move through your body like waves. And as we practice today, use your breath to help wash away whatever you don't need.
This was really nice. She started us off with a pranayama. It was a deep belly breath with a sigh to release the body and tension throughout the body and connect us to our breath, which is very helpful when you're dealing with any kind of tension in the digestive tract. This pranayama actually comes up again later, which I absolutely love. It connected us right back to that breath and was really a nice experience.
Exhale, press your palms forward, tuck your chin, round your spine. One more time, grab your shin, pull your heart forward, lift your chin up, big breath in. Exhale to round your spine, press your palms forward, tuck your chin.
This was really beautifully executed too, just these gentle movements to get us situated and started in the practice.
Exhale, twist to your left. These kinds of twists help rinse and stimulate and compress your internal organs. It stimulates your circulatory system, your lymphatic drainage. It does so much good for your body, and all you have to do is put yourself in position and breathe.
Yes, 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 exclamation point all the way around. I love twists for this very reason. They truly do aid in ridding the system of anything that's not serving, whether that's physical, mental, or emotional. They work so deep in the digestive tract. Yes, 1000%. In this practice, we do quite a bit of twisting, and that was lovely because it does really affect the digestive tract. And if that's why you're doing a practice, then I'm glad that this was in here, and I'm glad it was so prevalent throughout the practice.
When you're ready, make your way to downward facing dog. with a firm foundation through your hands and feet. Add a little bit of movement or anything that feels good for you.
First, downward facing dog vibes right here. So you'll notice that I wiggle, I move. This is to actually prevent injury. This is how I was taught and trained, is if you are moving around in a very healthy way that it makes sense for you, not bouncing, but actually moving with intention, then the ego doesn't get as caught up in what you're doing. So you're not overextending or pushing yourself past a limit. It helps you to check in here.
Chair pose with your ankles and knees together. Sit back, reach your arms overhead. Feel your breath move through your body as you settle into place.
Oh no. At this point, I realized that we were going to do chair, and I was so hopeful that I wasn't going to have to do it 15 times. However, the flow sequence included chair every single time instead of a halfway lift. Chair is not my favorite posture, and it's probably one I need to do the most frequent. Being extremely tired from riding, I was fighting all sorts of emotional, mental blocks here with this chair posture. But don't worry, I struggle way more when we get to the splits and, of course, a bunch of balance. So this was interesting.
This time, splits lift, left heel lifts. Exhale to step it back into your low lunge. As you inhale, rise up into your crescent lunge. Then adding on, open arm twist to the right. Reach your right arm back and left arm forward. If your balance feels sturdy, then turn your chin over your right shoulder as well. From here, begin to tip your shoulders so your left arm reaches up for the ceiling and your right arm reaches back for your left thigh. Go ahead and hook it on there and really breathe into that stretch on your whole left side body.
It's funny that when I fall down in these practices, it's only when I start to not think I'm doing something right and I have this moment of doubt and then I tumble over. It's pretty poetic, I think.
More inhale. Exhale, cartwheel both hands down, launch into your splits, lift, breath in. Then forward fold, breath out. Chair pose, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Let's keep it going. Splits, lift, left heel up.
Okay, I'm trying to explain this so it makes sense. If you haven't taken a class that is a flow class before, then this can be a little bit tricky to understand. So what's happening here is the teacher, in this case Sarah, is guiding me through these different postures that will eventually make a flow or a sequence. And if I was to take multiple classes with her, then I would know when to do that particular flow and when it was going to make sense inside of a larger practice that maybe went on for like an hour or two. So here she is doing a great job. She's breaking down each step of this flow, and then we're going to add it all together at the end.
Forward fold as you breathe out. You know where we're going. For chair pose, sit back nice and deep.
So this does really two things. When we repeat postures like this, one, it's really helpful in the body because we're starting to warm and strengthen and lengthen throughout the system, which is great and lovely. The other thing it does is it builds confidence. So when a teacher says we're going to do the same posture again and again in a flow type of sequence, you start to really understand that flow and it becomes more of a confidence. Now, the drawback to this is, and I can speak from personal experience, I will tend to, kind of take a little bit of a shortcut if I kind of know what's coming. So chair, for instance, is not one of my favorites. I will try to make it as brief and as quick as possible to just get out of it. And that's my own issue, right? That's a mental block. and I should be present with each pose as it comes up. But, we're human, and that's what we do.
Inhale, chair pose, sit back nice and deep. Exhale, forward fold. Follow the pace of your breath. For splits, lift left heel up. Step it back into your low lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge. Open arm to the right. Tip it up. Find warrior two. Reverse warrior, inhale. To extended side angle, exhale. Inhale, triangle pose, straighten out your right leg. Exhale, hands down to your mat, finding your splits lift as you breathe in. Forward fold as you breathe out.
So you can even tell out of this little mini segment that I'm giving you here that after doing so many repetitions of this particular flow, I got more confident in it, which is one of the major benefits. And it does help. It really does, because to feel confident in those flows, in those postures, it's almost like a dance, and your mind's able to sink back just a little bit instead of all these thoughts kind of coming up like, am I doing this right? What are we doing next? And you just kind of dive into that flow, which can be really nice for a mental break.
For a runner's lunge, toe heel your right foot towards the upper right corner of your mat. And we're going to add on the booty drop variation that we love so much. So with your left hand down, turn your body to the left so your left hip starts to reach down towards the ground. You'll pivot on your back foot, and your right knee will begin to open up. And you can even use your right arm to help press your right knee open. Just take this as deep as you want to go, because it gets intense quickly. So breathe, let it feel good. We won't be here for very long.
Sometimes when something feels good, you just gotta surrender to it. I dropped down and wanted to take a nap.
Skandasana, turn your body to the left, deeply bending your right knee as you stretch out your whole inner thigh on your left side. You can keep your hands down into a kind of a deep side lunge variation, or you can bring your hands together at heart center.
Skipping over the fact that I struggle with my rights and my lefts, take a look at the modification that Sarah has up here. Beautiful, fantastic, absolutely love it. I love seeing modifications. I actually saw a video once where it was 3 different practitioners practicing at 3 different levels at the same time. I think that's the best way to go about doing things. I would have also added some blocks for modification up in that corner. I know that's a lot of work to do in post, but I think it's really helpful and it makes things more achievable and attainable.
And if you're asking your hips to release tension, some of the biggest muscles in your body, you got to start with the ones you have the most control over. Some of the smallest muscles in your body, like the muscles in your face, your jaw, around your eyes.
Sarah knows her stuff. This is such a smart statement. Why push a giant boulder up a hill when you're trying to achieve something? Start with what is achievable. Start with those tiny muscles, those tiny habits, right? Teeny tiny. She's so smart. Good for her. This is fantastic.
Lower your right hip down as you pivot on your back foot. Your left knee will begin to open up and you'll feel a lot of sensation, but use your breath to rinse it all away.
It's nap time again.
And gracefully make your way to a child's pose facing the front of your mat to reset.
This is where she left us, and then there was an ad that played for her next video, which is awesome, totally fine, I get it, absolutely. However, she left me in child's pose, And I was thinking, oh, this lady with her serene voice, her understanding of yoga and the modalities, we're going to have the best Shavasana ever. And this is where we got left off. So that was a little sad. You know I love my Shavasanas.
Allow yourself to truly be present.
If you're somebody who practices from the YouTube videos, can you tell me why that might be? Because it seems like it's a running theme that a lot of teachers are not doing a Shavasana at the end of their practice. Do you not like Shavasana? Do you decide that it's not a good use of your time? And do you click off of the video once the practice and the actual postures are done? Or is it just a time saver thing? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your feedback on that. So that was it. That was that lovely practice. I think all in all, I did really enjoy it. It wasn't what I had thought was going to happen, and it typically never is. I believe that a lot of those boxes were checked as far as digestion. We did a lot of twisting. There was gentle movement, which can help to get things going through the digestive tract. There was repetition, which was helpful in learning new postures. And overall, the teacher seems really knowledgeable and has a very nice, deep well of which she pulls from when speaking about the practice and how to really achieve those goals in a realistic manner. So all in all, really nice practice. Would I recommend this to my students? I have some that would probably really benefit from this practice. They're a little bit more warm to movement and would feel comfortable in this practice because it does break it down step by step. For everybody, it's not the best fit. I do think that if you head on over to her channel, that there are a lot of beginner practices that would be more accommodating. And because it's broken up with those modifications, I feel pretty good making that suggestion to my clients. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. That was a wonderful practice. I love falling down. I love taking naps. It was great. It was awesome. It had everything we needed in it. Absolutely. And I do actually feel better. And this is the interesting thing. I don't think we ever approach yoga going, I feel really good. I feel like I always approach yoga going, I feel terrible and I need to feel better. And it's one of those beautiful healing things that we can do to feel better. I don't know. Let me know if I'm crazy. Give me a comment in below if you practice your yoga when you feel really, really good. I don't. I practice my yoga when I feel and I need a pick me up. Absolutely. So thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. I'm going to be doing these weekly updates on these reviews. And again, I just think it's really fun to see what other people are doing and to practice it. Please let me know what you think down in the comments below. Like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Thank you, everyone, and have a warm and wonderful rest of your week.